Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Slays the Spire. We're going to do a daily again today. I already know how this daily goes because I am a dirty cheater and I watched Austin play like 15 minutes of it. Not to get strategy, but like just as entertainment. I know that's hard to believe considering who I was watching. Ba-dum-bum. Rude. But you also don't need strategy, really. For today's daily, you don't need to cheat at it at least, because you get vintage. Normal enemies drop relics instead of cards. Whenever you defeat a boss, become cursed. Your starting relic is replaced with Cursed Key, Darkstone, Pariapt, and Duvu Dowl. That is great. Especially if we can get like Blue Candle, Diverse, start with 2 cards from another class. And we're playing as the Ironclad, which means we heal a little bit between fights. We start with Poison Stab and Blur. Blur actually strikes me as being completely fine. We should fight as many enemies as possible. Like this line right here. It does cost us an elite, but who cares? Because, well, actually fighting an elite would give us a card, which might be worth taking a question mark instead, but we definitely want to start this path. I also think the more combat you get into, the more points you get on a run. Let's not worry too much about whether or not we're going to survive and win on today's run, but you know, in theory, that is the kind of thing we should maybe start to worry about, because dailies have been relatively strong for us. We've been doing relatively well. I'd like to, I mean, points-wise, I'd like to do better. Success-wise, we've been doing okay. Whenever you add a skill to your deck, it's upgraded. Extremely good relic to get early on, but this strikes me as kind of the, it's a conflation of elements that I don't expect to be too difficult. You know, getting a relic from every combat probably means this will end up being a pretty easy run. Let me look at this for a second. If I deal 8, you're going to be at 23. And then I can deal another 18 damage to you. Or I could deal, that would be 9 plus probably 8. 17 with 3 poison, 20. It would, I like this a little bit more, because I only need to hit you with something pretty weak on the next turn, and you're not doing anything. Oh, that's right. Either way, though, I think it's, rather than killing one of them, I think his strat is not that bad. Of course, it ended up being exactly that bad. Still knock you out, but because of our weakness, but life goes on. We still only need to find a way to deal 9 damage to this guy overall. Easy task. Easy task? Easy task. Okay, good. Gain 1 dex. I don't know if you know this about me, but I tend not to be much of a blocker. Honestly? Okay, I'll meet you in the middle here. I tend to be more of a striker than a blocker. You know, because blocking involves arithmetic and foresight, and it's just a whole can of worms I don't necessarily feel the need to always get wrapped up in. I'd much prefer to construct a deck that's like, okay, we drew a handful of cards, they're all red, and what do you do with those? Oh, I mean, I guess they're all red to begin with, but you just drag those over top of the enemy and win. Whenever you apply vulnerable, also apply weakness. Relatively good. I'm gonna level with you. I think we go fight the elite, because getting a card from the elite is extremely important. Yeah, why not? And by extremely important, I mean it could be worth something if the card is good, because our deck is going to be thin as heck. Receive a relic, but become cursed. Absolutely. The shovel. Now that makes me want to pivot, but we're going to get one here anyway. So we got more HP and more strength, right? Don't we get more? Yeah, Duvu Doll gives us +1 strength. Incredible. We are going to lose 1 HP, but that's not that bad. So let's get started on this guy back here. You know, we'll probably take our strength potion right now. Our deck is so thin, these dazes are going to be a real problem. But we already also have 7 relics, like 3 floors into the, or 3 combats into the game, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. So 11, 8, 9. $11, 8, 9. Wait, we can do this differently. 11, 8, 3. That's just enough to kill you, because you are going to have your debuff removed. It's technically slightly more than enough to kill you. And I'm gonna choose... this might have been a little too slow, to be honest with you. It might have been better for us to go for the swing. Because what I'm worried about is more dazes showing up in the future. But maybe we're at kind of an equilibrium now where we're gonna, you know, purge 2 dazes, add 2 dazes. But we do have a 16 card deck. It's about to be an 18 card deck, so like 1 in 3 cards is a daze right now. No question we're gonna make it through. And it's gonna hurt, but no question we're gonna make it through. The only question is whether or not we're gonna lose too much HP to make it plausible to just dig at a rest site instead of taking a rest, or, well, we don't really want to rest. But upgrading a card could be good depending on the card that we get, of course. I'll tell you what. Hit you there, purge your debuff. Put up a little block ourselves. Implausible that we get the kill here. 2 strikes could do it, and we didn't get it. So we definitely want to, like, defend once, bash, strike. You're at 5 HP. It was not implausible at all, in hindsight. And this is a situation... We want, like, an archetype-defining card, like a Reaper. Blue Candle! Playing a Curse... Loses 1 HP and exhausts the card. Super good if we're going to roll a curse-heavy deck. No Reaper. Armaments in a thin deck is pretty good. Battle Trance is always good. Seeing Red is also really good. But I'm going to start Battle Trance, and we're just going to go for broke here. Dig up a random relic. Anchor. Start each combat with 10 block. I think this is probably like a C-tier relic. It's really nice to have a great first turn. Does it, you take 1 damage, you lose 1 HP. We're not gonna play, okay, so in this situation, playing this saves us 1 HP and removes the card from our deck, so we're happy. Happy-ish, anyway. You are just in a world of hurt, my friend. Has he always had a sound effect? Hi-ya! Thought I was what, dead? Okay. Toolbox. At the start of each combat, add a random colorless card to your hand. Of course I'm going to take it. We're just looking for combat. To be honest with you, I would rather get combat than go to a campsite. Another curse. But we can just play it, so it doesn't matter. I'd rather get combat than go to a campsite unless we want to upgrade a card. Because combat is going to give us a relic to begin with. Enemy loses 9 strength for the rest of this turn. We're not really too invested in that. Save that in our deck. This is actually a really terrible start for us. But remember, every time we open a chest, we get a curse. And that curse gives us extra strength, so we're in love. This guy... If I hit you, you're going to take 9 damage. You're going to go to 34, and you're not going to split. Which means that next turn, I'm just going to... come over the top like Sylvester Stallone in a movie about arm wrestling. I'm just gonna... I was gonna say give it to you, but that's not a good expression. It's okay for us to take 2 damage if we put up some form of block. This guy's definitely not gonna do anything, so we're gonna start with the... Yeah, we'll start with the bash. Nine damage. It won't kill you. And you'll split into 2 enemies with 16 HP. Ah, screw it. Once we get Rupture, if it shows up, that'll be like a much better opportunity for us. But sure, for now, I'll take the extra damage and I'll tackle the fight in the fastest way possible, knowing that we're gonna heal anyway. Kunai. Okay, Kunai giving us extra dex. Extremely good and acceptable relic. Choose a skill from your draw pile and place it into your hand. So we've just drawn like almost our entire deck. We might as well weaken. And then, I don't know, Blur gives us... Oh, we didn't need to play Blur. It's not bad, but I always forget that I have anchor, so we don't need to play a defend on turn 1 to get ahead of the situation. On the bright side, we do still have 11 block for our next turn, which means we shouldn't play Decay, but... So this guy's dead. I mean, these kind of runs, if there's one complaint, and actually I do have multiple complaints, not necessarily egregious stuff that makes the dailies unplayable, but lately, and I know if you're at Mega Crit, you're probably like, first you said it's too hard because we gave you the strength up for the enemies all the time, and now you say it's too easy, but a lot of these recent dailies, especially like gain, definitely you're done, gain a relic from every enemy instead of a... Wow, we could have done that way better. Instead of a card from every enemy. I think it is a little bit on the easy side, but I like the approach. There was like a dark month over the past like 45 days or so. There were 30 days where I was like, I don't know if this game's for me anymore. Ascension mode is becoming far too difficult. I'm losing my morale. It's my own fault. There are people who beat Ascension mode, obviously. We don't need 2 of these. I'm okay with having regret. We'll just play it for 1 anyway. Oh, you know what? We don't have Burning Blood. I just realized. Which is great that I just realized that this far into the game, but it's a good sign that things are going relatively well. But I like the meme-heavy runs, I'll admit. Even if they do make me... Probably, they reinforce bad habits, or at least suboptimal play. But I think we've played well on the dailies too, you know? Sometimes you just need a little bit of that game space in order to actually have, you know, to feel like there's a safety net underneath you that will catch you no matter what the situation is. Let's go for it. We can always rest. And as we all know on this run, relics are going to be super hard to come by. Negate the next 2 curses you obtain. Excuse me? It's Goo Boy. Straight up, I'm going to be a little silly and put my run at risk for no reason whatsoever. So we're going to drink this regen potion. So we're effectively at like 71 HP. Oh, dude, take the strength potion. You'll probably get like Sozu after this anyway, which, as I've recently learned... you can still drink the potions you hold. You just can't drink, or you can't obtain any new potions. So I was just, literally when I was going, look at the Sozu, you can't take the potions, I was just fundamentally, completely incorrect. 16 damage, that'll take you to 74. You will not split, which is amazing news, because it means that next turn, I can go just buck wild on you. We're going to take no damage, and gaining strength or digging up loot could have also been the right decision, but one of those is going to look correct. I think we are going to play a Blur, which means we don't have to play Decay. Not that it matters too much at this point. Definitely did not need to take the regen potion, as we're learning right now. So I would love 5 energy per turn. We might as well just crush you. I know we had Pen Nib available. We should have done it in a different way. See, this is what I mean when I say that these easy dailies can have a bit of a habit of reinforcing bad play. If we had taken just an extra second because things were more dangerous, I could have been like... I would have... Oh, wow. More healing. Definitely Reaper, 100%. I would have had the, told you. Yeah. I would have had the incentive to play slower. But in the end, it is my fault for playing quickly, and I recognize that 100%. Very similar paths here. Let's take the one that has the most branches, just in case things go terribly wrong. Starting with 10 block is going to be excellent here. Well, the only way to get 3 damage done is going to be like this. So even though the healing is worth nothing. Some extra decks for us. Oh, dude, this run's going to be... It's already so popping. This is a fun daily. A little bit, again, it's fundamentally clear, as we all understand, it's a little bit on the easy side, but... That's okay. I want to get, like, every relic in the game. I'm running the numbers in my head, and I'm like, I don't think there's that many relics. Alright, so ideally, I'd like to kill you. And we can easily do so. And to get 3 attacks, I got a bash. And I think this will just kill you, thanks to Pen Nib. So we really just need to draw 3 attacks. And, dude, the birds are like the great filter of any daily. If you can make it through the birds, you're so lucky. If you can make it through the birds, your run is probably going to be fine. Anytime they have extra strength, you're like, oh, you're going to hit me for like 20 on turn 1, huh? I see how it is. Raise your max HP by 10. Getting a little ridiculous, honestly. You are a problem. Flash of Steel is a pretty good first draw, though. Okay, so see you later. Draw out an early Battle Trance. And then out of all these, honestly, I kind of go like Poison Stab, Strike, Strike, and I genuinely think that you probably Blur Defend. I would love to have another attack instead of playing that second Defend, but rolling 24 block into the next turn gives us the ability to be more aggressive on this turn, so that's my 2 cents there. I think we almost always play Reaper, just like, not even for HP, just to do some damage. We don't really need the sustain because we have Meat on the Bone helping us out later. Wow, you're like an actual jerk. I'm gonna let you hit me for 4 because of the decay. Because in the whole scheme of things, being at 94 HP is actually extremely good as opposed to extremely bad. Upgrade 2 random skills. Our deck is so thin. An upgraded Blur is good, an upgraded Defend is really not. But it could be worse. I mean, the only other skills we have are like Battle Trance. Sure, gain an artifact. You are hitting me. I think the real, and I'm being honest when I say this, I don't think there's much challenge in this run right now. I think the only challenge is, like, it's score seeking. It's like an Isaac daily that gives you Brimstone early. You're like, we're not gonna die. In theory, we could find ourselves being in a dangerous position, but even that is unlikely. So you're taking 13 damage per hit. I think I just wipe you out. But I think the real sustain of this run comes from Kunai, right now at least. If we ever get into a situation, and oftentimes this happens just about around the second boss, but if we ever get into a situation where we actually have to engage in a little bit of tactical or strategic play, we're going to be so stoked to have Kunai and cards like Blur, which allow us to, you know, roll over 28 block on a turn in which we were already doing pretty good stuff. You're dead. No need to even play Battle Trance. Whenever you exhaust a card, deal 3 damage to all enemies. We don't really have a heavy exhaust deck. You know what else we're missing, and it's actually terrible that we're missing it, is, yeah, why not? I'm just looking at Pen Nib. Okay, we're way out there. What's actually terrible to me missing, I actually forgot what I was going to say. Brutality is one of the ones that I've, in the back of my head, has been like percolating. We're going to take damage on this turn. But Reaper's not going to do anything. And we definitely want a Poison Stab. Oh, actually, no, we are going to take damage, but we're not going to take much. Straight up, I think you bash and defend. No, we're not going to take any damage. What? Brain, are you okay? Ah, now that we're frail, we're in a bit of a dicier spot. But we have more defensive draw here. So play Battle Trance. Well, I think start with actual blocks. Yeah, we're probably fine. I'm just a little, I wouldn't say concerned, but we have the elite coming up next, so I just want to make sure we're in an acceptable position. But I mean, like, look at this run. Obviously, we're in an acceptable position. I would really like you to die without me having to use pen nib, but that's, oh, well, I could just wait you out for 3 turns, but that seems terrible. Dude, thread and needle, 5-plated armor. Exceptionally good. Turn 1, we have 15 block. We shouldn't have played that. It was unnecessary. What do we not want on this turn? We could say goodbye to Reaper and get it next turn when he's already going to be vulnerable. I don't mind playing Blur on turn 1 as well, but we definitely want to bash. We just drew Reaper again immediately, obviously. I definitely want to Poison Stab, at which point we probably want to do a single strike so that we get the dex bonus, and then it's like, okay, do we want 20 block for next turn? It's probably more valuable, I'd say. 1 energy for 20 block. It's actually technically 25, but the 5's not going anywhere, so. And then this turn, while he's vulnerable, we can still focus on attacks. I don't think he'll die next turn, but we put up a lot of resistance to his attack right here. 8 damage. That is actually, like, might as well be 0. Ooh, should I just bash you first? Absolutely true. Okay, 1 extra strength on top of that. I know we're not getting the potion, it's just force of habit to click on it. Okay. For my money, this might be the toughest elite on this floor. I think we might as well do this. And mostly for the damage, but it heals us a little. Early Reaper is not bad, just for damage dealing's sake. Now I think we actually want to crunch the numbers. I want to kill the one at the back, or possibly this guy, because he's going to weaken us, I think. I don't mind taking a little heat right off the bat here, knowing we have Reaper behind us to help us. You might frail us, I'm trying to think. 41 damage. So it would be 12, and then let's just say 15, it's 27, then another 15. Okay, so I can definitely kill you and get a dex. Oh, I can more than kill you. In fact, I think we'd rather do something like this. Now I'm just like, oh my god, do I even have enough attacks? And I do. But we're going to take 19 damage, which is actually 4 damage. That was a little dicey to spread pen nib around. He has a wound. That's so much better than making us weak. Thank you so much. So, certainly, it is a very, very advanced turn that not everybody is smart enough to understand. On this turn, we're going to make the very advanced tactic of playing all of our cards. And then we will end our turn with 0 energy and be in a very good position. You're not going to die. That's incredible. Blue Candle doesn't allow us to exhaust wounds, by the way. I was looking at it, like, might be worth it. Exhausting Curses is a little bit more of a no-brainer now, because it gives us 3 damage to all enemies. Ooh, Matrushka. I think it's just early enough to be useful, and it seems like the answer is indeed yes. Now, for fighting an elite, dude, Pommel's amazing, but so is Sword Boomerang. We already have a bunch of strength up. So this is actually going to be 21 damage for 1 energy. I'll take it in a heartbeat. And we've already got relics stretching across the screen, so you're going to get to see the cool effect where they just all start to shrink pretty soon. We're about to get 2 extra relics as well, I just realized. Because of Matrushka. And we're going to negate the next curse we get, which might be bad. In fact, I think because of the fact that we have Blue Candle, it just is very bad. So that's why we wanted to take Sword Boomerang there. Sundial, I'll be honest with you, I think Sundial is just literally bad. I think I would rather lift than get a relic, knowing we're getting so many relics to begin with. And I'm choosing to fight the elites because, again, drawing cards is actually so useful here. Upgrade 2 random attacks. Poison Stab Strike, it's pretty bad, but Shuriken is incredible. I don't even know if Headbutt does what we want it to do. You can see Warcry doing something useful with the exhaust and even Body Slam, but I'm going to skip this one. I think Headbutt is a good card, but I don't think we need it right now. So I don't want to dilute what is a really, like, it's the inverse of yesterday's run. It's a thin deck that's awesome. So let's start, do 3 damage to all enemies, then kill all enemies, which we would have done anyway, I think. And then, very unfortunately, no more attacks. This is a turn where we want to go wild. So start there. Sword Boomerang is our go-to. It's 24 damage for free. So we'll start with Bash. Hit you with the Sword Boomerang. 36 damage for free. Definitely we want to enable Shuriken. Which, oh, do we have Pen Nib too? We do. Follow that up with a Strike. 45 damage. You're dead next turn without a doubt. And that's another elite and another card. Please, God, give us Brutality, which just allows us to destroy these enemies so thoroughly. Again, it's not a matter of whether or not we'll win, unless we fight the Time Lord, maybe. We have no powers in the deck, and you have the audacity to give us powers. We will take Flex, but I'm skeptical. And honestly, I think we'd skip combat and a shop to go to a question mark in order to fight an elite and add one more card to our deck. I really think the card is the most important factor right now. Because we have 17 cards total in our deck. So, it's not a great start, but I do like rolling over 19 block. We could use more draw. Maybe I should have taken Pommel instead of taking... We're okay with it, because of the damage to everything, but... and we'll definitely follow it up with that. Let's just see how this goes. Actually, maybe ideal. I'm trying to run the math now. Like, okay, if I hit you for 13, you're going to be at 40. And then you'll be at 19. And then I think you'll be dead, but I might be off by 1. I'm definitely not off by 1. You are just dead. So Sword Boomerang completely changed our turn there, but it left us with a pretty easy single enemy here. And hilariously, we have no choice but to take 8 damage because we got entangled on a turn in which we drew only attacks. Oh well. That's alright. Like, genuinely completely fine. Yeah, so I know, like, we have so much money. We'll have to spend it on the next floor, but what do we want? Cards probably is the easy one. Here's 85 gold for ice cream? Sure, why not? I really want to fight the elite for the free card, but now that I think about it, you're probably right. Straw man that I've invented in my own head. It makes the most sense, wow, to instead, probably... just go to the shop and buy whatever cards we want because we only have 17 cards in our deck. We do play some skills in this deck, so Hex is a pretty bad debuff for us. I mean, here it comes. And our deck is so thin that it's even worse, actually, but... whoa, okay, straight up. Never mind. It is not a debuff at all because, the Chosen is super dead. Just dead as heck. We even got a nice little heal out of it. And we got a relic that helps you against the Merchant, which is completely irrelevant. Now, you couldn't just give me, like, the Book of Killing. We only have 1 defend. So we're playing our whole hand out here and seeing how it goes. It's, you know, you spread the love. Somewhat unfortunately. 20 damage. Luckily, we're completely going to be able to block through that, but at the same time, it is a little rude, wouldn't you say? I find myself in the weird position of actually hoping tomorrow's daily is like a little bit more difficult. I would normally be so over the moon with the fact that the daily has been easy, but we've got, like, I'm starting to get a big head is the problem. Why even bother? Oh, because you could have played Reaper, but instead... Okay, you lost out on 4 HP. Bottled Flame. Upon pickup, choose an attack card. At the start of each combat, this card will be in your hand. I think we do like Inflame decently, because Mummified Hand is going to give us some synergy. What do we want to start with? I guess we want to start with Sword Boomerang. Bash might be okay. So we're going to do our final lift. And starting on the next floor, we're going to dig for loot, I imagine. Or maybe upgrade, because our deck is so thin, upgrading a card is pretty useful. Alright. Get rid of the defend. Even though we probably do want to play it because we have blur. This is what we want. Inflame has made defend free, which incentivizes blur, but let's get started. I do want to stab you, just to purge a debuff. We don't need to play Reaper. It would heal us to max, but I don't know. We might not get, in fact, I don't think we will get any stronger later, but I want to play blur on this turn because I think... Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure you're actually not going to... Yeah, you're gonna... Well, no, you might attack on this turn. Also, I'm an idiot. Of course we're gonna gain strength. We have Shuriken. There's so many relics, it's, like, difficult to keep track of. So we're not gonna take any damage. Can I get you killed? We won't hit Pen Nib, so we're just gonna try the old-fashioned way. It's an extremely annoying... attack, so instead I'm gonna hit you. And why do that? Because this guy's gonna die to Mercury Hourglass anyway, so I don't really care. You also just took one of my curses, which is like... Trust me, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed that when I kill you, I'm gonna get it back. And I might not have to kill you, but at the same time, I think we do it like this. Then with Pen Nib, oh, you just hope for the best. I can live with that. At the same time, it's like, why wouldn't we kill him? Like, just try to do things the way you normally do them, because we're so much stronger than we are in the average run, it does not matter. Like, even if we do things suboptimally, we're probably completely fine. Like, we're going to win. Dealing 20 damage, that's actually nothing. We'll get extra dex and then pass turn. I don't think the Time Lord can beat us, because we gain strength faster than the Time Lord. And it's not really, like, that simple, but we have 7 energy thanks to Sundial. Oh my god. Not that it matters at all. Gambling Chip is pretty good. So Brutality was not actually what I was looking for. I was looking for, Rupture. I think I'm okay with it, though. We do want more card draw, and this is an easy way to enable it. Honestly, I think we want Orrery, so we can make our deck a little bit more conducive with what we're looking for. I think we're always going to be okay with Warcry plus. Just skip it for now. Carnage with extra strength is going to be amazing, I think. These are like... Oh, that's the same card, of course. Honestly, give me another Sword Boomerang. Spot Weakness is really good, but I think at this point we're okay with a Twin Strike. And then we look at this and we go, okay, Battle Trance... Sometimes it's going to hit Battle Trance, which is going to give it a dead draw. So maybe we'd just be better off grabbing some extra block. Uppercut is actually worse because it's expensive. It doesn't do that much damage. Even when you factor in strength, other things are going to be better. And we already have the synergy from our relics that gives us weakness whenever we apply vulnerability. So I think we take... Well, we definitely want to hit the shop with how much gold we have. So I think we're going to take left path for a lot of easy combat, a lot of early relics, and then we'll see what the final little bit of this shop entails for us. So turn 1, we do not need defend. If we're not playing, whatever. Pen Nib is going to be amazing here. Start Sword Boomerang, then Sword Boomerang. We didn't even need to do anything. Frozen Egg, whenever you add a power to your deck, it's upgraded. Alright, there's something. 3 of these guys? Don't make me laugh. 1 Thorny Boy is like insulting to me. We don't need to dump this, but I might dump it anyway. We'll see. Start with a War Cry. Okay, now you're so close to death. I think we dust you. Sword Boomerang and hope for the best. I love it. Twin Strike will kill you. Again, easiest combat of my life. At the start of boss combats, heal 25. That is a dead relic. We will not end up using it. I promise you this. Dude, apply 2 vulnerable is actually stupid and amazing. Because, as a result of applying 2 vulnerability, you're also going to be weak. And, you know, there's 45 damage. There's a little bit more. There's a little bit more. Oh, by the way, not only can you not hit me this turn, you're not going to hit me next turn either. So we did 91 damage to you. And yet, you still have no chance. How sad is that? Like, you're just done. And we have Pendib for our next turn. Let's go. Singing Bowl is extremely irrelevant. We might gain like 6 HP off of it total, but we might gain 0. We just don't get too many opportunities for cards. Okay, so we can replace anything we want. We should keep this. It's free. We should keep 3 attacks. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And then hope for some better anything. Yeah, we do kind of want like combos here, honestly. Draw 2. Get Dowd out of here. Okay. Pendib is available right now. I think we might as well use it first. So quite a lot of damage. And then probably we want to knock one of you guys out, so I'll tell you what, hit you with a bash. Right, you can't play that. That's okay. I think these guys are probably done next turn, which is a very common story so far. We need to get like 52 damage. It's conceivable. It's highly conceivable. It's unbelievably conceivable. It's done. Whenever you lose HP, gain block. So now we're in this stupid situation. When we play a curse, we deal 3 damage to all enemies, and we gain 3 block, which is just silly. You probably don't need me to tell you that. We don't need to defend on turn 1. I like having 3 strikes, but I think we should go for something that gives us a better opportunity. We messed it up. I was gonna say, I think we should go for something that gives us a combo chance. That's fine. And you're dead? You're dead. Okay, easy. The reason is because a combo chance is allows us to get multiple procs. It's not really a proc, but multiple activations of kunai and shuriken. So that's my dream there. So with self-forming clay, I think it's a no-brainer to play both of those. Play Battle Trance first, follow it up with an Inflame. See what becomes free. It is Reaper. So we'll play Decay real quick. Throw in a War Cry on top of that. Choose a card to put on top of your draw pile. I would like to not see Strike on this turn. We already have 12 block. We got hit more than I'd like. But what do you expect? Because I wasn't really at all looking at it. So we dug up a relic. Whenever you play 3 skills, deal 5 damage to all enemies. We play 3 skills all the time. This guy's pretty close to ideal for us. Apply 2 weakness, sure. We would prefer not to have Decay. Everything else we really like here, actually. So we'll blind you. And remember, we want to play our non-damaging skills first. What became free? Strike became free. Let's throw a war cry in here. Oh, we don't draw, so we're just throwing a card away. That's fine. We don't need our defend. That is stupid, though. We want to play brutality for sure. Okay, now we start attacking. We do our worst attacks first. No, you do bash first, unless you're an idiot. 30 damage 3 times. 68 damage. 35 damage 3 times. Alright, so we did like 238 damage on turn 1. And we raised our strength once, maybe twice. Thanks to brutality. Oh, brutality plus Centennial Puzzle have an awesome synergy where we gain like 10 cards a turn. I love it. Definitely flex. If he's not attacking, we're probably not going to defend, except I look at our energy and I'm like, we can play 1 defend just to make him a little weaker. No, that was stupid, because now we're going to miss out on our strike. So we'll heal up real quick. Sword, probably Twin Strike. Sword Boomerang. He has 16 HP. We would have killed him on that turn. Instead, we're probably going to be weakened. We haven't gotten Ginger yet, which is annoying, but he's dead anyway. Like 16 damage when we have plus 11 strength. Weak or not, he's done. Alrighty. Molten Egg. Whenever you add an attack to your deck, it's upgraded. I took the HP. Oh, Gremlin Horn. Not too many opportunities to be good, but okay. I skipped the card. I just don't think we need a second flex. When it's dead, it's too dangerous. Dreamcatcher. And Dead Branch is incredible, obviously. I'll take Havoc, even though... I mean, it's mostly because we have an exhaust synergy via Dead Branch now. Get rid of the Defend. Get rid of the Blur. Honestly, get rid of the Havoc. Wow. Where did Combust come from? Where did all these cards come from? Am I losing my mind? Oh, we're on double damage right now, so just be cool. We want to flex first. It's probably Sword Boomerang, right? Like 90 damage. I think it's gotta be. Definitely should have bashed first, but it doesn't matter. You know where it came from? It came from Dead Branch, which gives us a random card whenever we exhaust a card, of course. Apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies, which also means we're applying 1 weak to all enemies at the start of each combat. This is the easiest daily. Whenever you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 3 damage. Well, honestly, maybe we should keep Havoc then. Because we can kind of start to pivot and hope for a combo off of it. And it's starting to work, but it's not going to finish by working. I'm just trying to get dependent. We need to play 2 more attacks, so we'll do this. I think you're just going to die. Yeah, we didn't even get a chance. We have pendant for our next fight, so right off the bat, Happy Flower. I'm sure that there are talented people at Mega Crit, but I'm a little worried at crashing the game from all the relics we have. And finally, a shop. Choose a skill. At the start of each combat, it will be in your hand. Yes. Give me Battle Trance. Give me Tori. Give me Bronze Scales. And then remove... No, not a Strike Plus, you madman. Remove a basic strike. And then leave. I think it's a pretty good shop. We'll do one last little relic-based instance here, and then we're going to be done. And it's really just a matter of where we score. Who's our boss? Donut Deca? Nah, not too bad. I'm not going to redraw, because watch this. We're going to start Purity. Dump these 2 defends. We get 3 exhausted cards thanks to Dead Branch. Do a bunch of damage. Okay, we like Metallicize. We can't play 2 Battle Trances, so we'll start with 1. I will admit, 24 vulnerable damage to all enemies seems very good at just guaranteeing us the kill. And then we play that, we lose 1 HP, kill all but one, and then kill this guy. Well, that was extremely easy. And give me one more relic, dude. Gain 30 gold. We have almost every relic in the game. So there is an achievement we can get if we get super lucky. You know what? We should keep this to get an exhaust synergy. I think we like all this except defend. If we can get a feed from Dead Branch, and we use it to kill Dekka, to kill Donu, we get an achievement. So just keep that in mind. Attack? I do want a battle trance, but we can't really do it yet. Okay, we still like this, honestly, because it gets rid of the curses and it gives us another card back. 28 damage for 2 versus 26 damage for 2. Honestly, I expected Perfected Strike to not be that good, but clearly that is incorrect. So we can easily put up enough block. We definitely want to attack once. That gets our stats up. And then 1 block is all we need. I think that's fine. We probably could have done a little better, but I'm definitely not mad. Bludgeon is amazing if we can get to double damage. Well, amazing might even be a strong word, but it's worth something if we can get to double damage. And if I'm looking at this honestly, I don't even know if gaining energy... Well, it does do something for us, because we have Ice Cream and Self-Forming Clay. So it does give us energy for next turn one way or the other. And I mean, if we're looking at this honestly, it's looking amazing. This guy is almost certainly dead next turn. We are going to take 1 damage, which I didn't consider to even be a possibility. The Dekka is absolutely destroyed. And we should try to keep Twin Strike. So hear me out here. Start with a Havoc. Plays a Shrug It Off. Okay, into a Brutality. Play Bash for free. Well, yeah, for free. We have Pen Nib. And we can do 180 damage to all enemies. Yeah, that's one way to do it. What a silly daily. Very easy, very fun, cool kill at the end. 953 damage is admittedly a little lower than I thought it would be, considering how much combat we did. I don't know, maybe fighting more elites would have been the way to go, but I mean, certainly, like, not mad, but I haven't learned the strat for getting the highest score possible. Still, it was a lot of fun. No question. It wasn't like it was a bunk daily. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.